That's okay though. For being so young, you're very, very smart. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, man, and stay flat, okay?
Okay, I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. That's okay though. For being so young, you're very, very smart. That's fantastic. Yeah.
So keep up the good work, man, and stay flat, okay?
Okay, I'm a flat earther.
For sound bites. This is awesome.
All right, welcome back to Anti-Religious Scripture Study with me, Karen B, and of course, Just Jack, who is currently, I'm waiting for him to come back into the stream because he was having internet difficulties just as I started the stream. But that was quite a few minutes ago already, so he should be returning shortly. So let me just say hello to all you people in chat. Thank you for joining us. Looks like we're doing good. We are streaming on Rumble, Rockfin, Facebook, and of course YouTube, also X, also known as Twitter. Shabbat Shalom. Twilight Nights is first in chat. Hello, Josephine, or Joseph. I'm sorry, not Josephine. Why did I say Josephine? Joseph Osborne, The Paula Project, Valley Parks, Melissa, Lord Racer, TC Zamman, Good Rising, Good Sunrise, and Shabbat Shalom. Um, 11, yeah, we missed 11:11. That's when I finally got a hold of Jack. FE Nation, NDB, good to see you. Alex Javier, Chris, Shizpak, Aisling 717. Jack is fashionably late. Glad he shows up. Yeah, for sure. Effed Up World, good to see you. Jana, Captain Construction, Gregory May, good to see you. Mariah Jordan, hello. Joe Nugent. Hebrews and Shebrews, that's funny. Oh, Jack's back, yay. All right. There we go.
Hello.
Hey, just in time.
I'm popping out chat now.
Yeah, I just said hello to everybody in chat, trying to wait for you to come back. And I just said the
Oh, I
last
heard
name.
I'm hearing tweaks of robot sounds. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, you
Okay, so
sound
you can
okay.
see my screen, right?
No, you got to share screen.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
now we're rolling.
All right. Might as well get this out of the way. Just Jack's disclaimer to the religious. If you believe it's wrong to study the scripture outside of your religion or denomination, if you believe your religious leaders or church fathers are incapable of having inherited anti-scriptural traditions of men, if you've already made up your mind about scripture, including the scripture shouldn't be studied at all, then this stream is not for you. To others, if you are open-minded to others' opinions, if you haven't made up your mind about scripture and turned off your religion but believe there's truth in scripture that may have been changed or hidden by religion, if you live according to scripture and like to dig in and discover more, then this stream is for you. We are looking at scripture, the original language, using concordances or dictionaries for root words, as well as context from a non-religion perspective. We will as well have life experience discussion. We are not here to argue with others about theology or doctrine by the traditions of men, including Catholicism, Christianity, Judaism, or Muslim. We will be discussing the importance of origins and show how religions contradict the scriptures. I got to throw that in there in the typing, so I don't have to just throw it in there.
The Muslim part?
We are at. Go ahead.
I said the Muslim part.
What'd you say?
Oh,
Yes.
Jack.
Yeah, because we had a couple of weeks where the chat was just full of somebody trying to. Oh, my connection is unstable. How am I doing?
Yeah, you're a little.
Still okay?
You're a little choppy, but I can understand you.
Okay, good. So last week was a completely different subject. I'm back in Exodus here. Whoops. A different subject where the inheritance of the female is a real thing. Where I've heard people say that the Bible is completely biased in what's the word? What's the word they say when it's like all
Misogynistic.
about dudes? Yeah,
Misogynist.
misogynistic book. Yeah. But now we're gonna jump into chapters 28 and 29 that are about offerings. I didn't know if we should get into this very much because we no longer have the tabernacle or the priest to make most of these offerings. However, the appointed times are in here, so we might as well just skim through it, read through it pretty quickly. And we're going to go through 2 chapters, which is 31 verses and 40 verses, so 71 verses. But I'll try not to interrupt too many times. but you know how it goes. Some things jump out at me, so
Yeah, but
we'll see how it goes.
okay. All right.
All right, first one.
All right. And Jehovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Command the children of Israel, and you shall say to them, Take heed to bring my offering, my food for my offerings, made by fire as a sweet fragrance to me at their appointed time.
Okay, so it's actually not food as in achel, which you're eating, consuming. This is food as in bread, which is like, give us our daily bread, that type of deal. And the first word here, command, is tsav, which is short of tsava, like under those of his command, or tsaver, which is the commander. So there's a prophecy about the man representing creator, the Lord of hosts, which is actually Jehovah Tsavaot, but that Tsav is under command.
Okay.
All right.
And you shall say to them, This is the offering made by fire which you bring to Jehovah, 2 male lambs, a year old, perfect ones, daily, a continual ascending offering.
Okay, and fire is interesting because it can be mistranslated, which I think there's a couple places in the Bible where it is. The word fire is the same Hebrew characters as woman, which is Aleph Shin He. So woman and fire are spelt the same way. So this offering made by woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but in this context, it's most definitely fire. So,
Right.
all right.
The one lamb you prepare in the morning, and the other lamb you prepare between the evenings. With 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a grain offering, mixed with 1/4 of a hin of pressed oil. A continual ascending offering which was offered at Mount Sinai for a sweet fragrance, an offering made by fire to Jehovah. And its drink offering, 1/4 of a hin for each lamb. Pour out the drink to Jehovah as an offering in the set apart place.
Okay, so this is a whole meal with lamb and grain and wine, which the person who's offering the sacrifice also takes part in it. It's like a communal meal. All right.
And the other lamb you prepare between the evenings, as the morning grain offering and its drink offering. You prepare it as an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Jehovah. And on the Sabbath day 2 lambs, a year old, perfect ones, and 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a grain offering, mixed with oil, with its drink offering. The ascending offering for every Sabbath, besides the continual ascending offering with its drink offering.
Okay, so this is talking about the Sabbath offerings are more than the regular daily offerings, which means that the Levites work twice as hard on a Sabbath. That's why they don't work continually. They have a Sabbath of years of rest. So they work extra hard on the Sabbaths that we're forbid to work at all, because they only work a portion of their life. All right.
Mm-hmm. And on the beginnings of your new moons, you bring near an ascending offering to Jehovah, 2 young bulls and 1 ram, and 7 lambs a year old, perfect ones. 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a grain offering, mixed with oil for each bull. 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a grain offering, mixed with oil for the 1 ram. And 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering for each lamb, as an ascending offering of sweet fragrance, an offering made by fire to Jehovah.
Okay, so this is getting to a lot of details here, right? but there's this thing where it says like a burnt offering, which is actually an upping, and then this one is the lifting of the basket right in here. So it's the same idea as an offering, but it's the lifting of the basket. But yeah.
Okay. And their drink offering is half a yin of wine for a bull, and 1/3 of a hin for a ram, and 1/4 of a hin for a lamb. This is the ascending offering for each new moon throughout the new moons of the year.
Okay.
And 1 male goat as a sin offering to Yehovah is prepared, besides the continual ascending offering and its drink offering.
And what is a sin offering?
That's distance.
Right. It's closing the gap of distance between you and Yah. And the drink offering is just a liquid offering.
Okay.
All right. And now we're getting into the Moedim, the appointed times of Yah.
And in the first new moon, on the 14th day, is the Pesach of Yehovah, Passover.
Yep.
And on the 15th day of this new moon is a festival. For 7 days unleavened bread is eaten.
And that's matzot. Matzot is unleavened breads.
On the first day is a set-apart gathering. You do no servile work.
So the week-long festival of matzot, the first day is a set-apart gathering. You do no servile work.
And you shall bring near an offering made by fire as an ascending offering to Yehovah, 2 young bulls and 1 ram and 7 lambs a year old. Perfect ones they are for you.
Okay.
And their grain offering, fine flour mixed with oil, prepare 3/10 of an ephah for a bull and 2/10 for a ram. Prepare 1/10 of an ephah for each of the 7 lambs, and 1 goat as a sin offering to make atonement for you. Prepare these beside...
Okay,
Oh,
pause.
okay.
Atonement is a covering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Prepare these besides the ascending offering of the morning, which is for a continual ascending offering. According to these, you are to prepare the food of the offering made by fire daily for 7 days as a sweet fragrance to Yehovah. It is prepared besides the continual ascending offering and its drink offering. And on the 7th day you have a set-apart gathering. You do no servile work.
Okay, and now we're still talking about the 7th day of matzot. So there's 7 days, the first day and the last day of matzot, you do no servile work.
Okay. And on the day of the first fruits, when you bring a new grain offering to Yehovah at your festival of Shabuot, you have a set-apart gathering. You do no servile work.
Okay, the first fruits is counted by 7 sevens from the first morrow after the Sabbath during matzot. That's why Shavuot means weeks or sevens or oaths.
Okay.
All right.
And you shall bring near an ascending offering as a sweet fragrance to Yehovah, 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 lambs a year old. With their grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each bull, 2/10 for the 1 ram, 1/10 for each of the 7 lambs, 1 male goat to make atonement for you. Perfect ones they are for you. Prepare them with their drink offerings, besides the continual ascending offering and its grain offering.
Find it funny that verse 31 kind of reads like Hebrew and also like Yoda. Perfect ones they are for you.
Yeah.
So, all right, go ahead into 29.
All right.
So now that was the early, the seasons are the early and the latter, right? So that was the early seasons, which is, the Passover, Pesach, unleavened bread, which is matzot, and Shavuot, which is the weeks. Those are the early Moedim of the year, and then they separated, which this is not separated in the original Torahs and the scrolls. There is no break of a chapter here. This is a continuation, so we're going to go ahead into chapter 29.
All righty. And in the 7th new moon, on the first day of the new moon, you have a set-apart gathering. You do no servile work. It is Yom Teruah for you.
And
They,
teruah is proper. Soundings or noisings because it could be from a trumpet or it could be your own shouting.
okay,
So Yom Teruah is the day of shouting.
okay.
All right.
And you shall prepare an ascending offering as a sweet fragrance to Jehovah, 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 lambs a year old, perfect ones. And their grain offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for the bull, 2/10 for the ram, and 1/10 for each of the 7 lambs, and 1 male goat as a sin offering to make atonement for you. Besides the ascending offering with its grain offering for the new moon, the continual ascending offering with its grain offering, and their drink offerings, according to their right ruling, as a sweet fragrance, an offering made by fire to Jehovah.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's just Yom Teruah. That's all of Yom Teruah. Now we're getting into Yom HaKippurim, the Day of the Atonements.
Okay. And on the 10th day of this 7th new moon, you have a set apart gathering, and you shall afflict your beings. You do no work.
And afflict your beings is
Uh,
and I of you do to
Self-reflection.
intently look. So you're doing a self-reflection, an intent look at yourself. All right.
And you shall bring near an ascending offering to Jehovah, a sweet fragrance, 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 lambs a year old, perfect ones they are for you. And their grain offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for the bull, 2/10 for 1 ram, 1/10 for each of the 7 lambs, 1 male goat as a sin offering, besides the sin offering for atonement, the continual ascending offering with its grain offering and their drink offerings.
Okay. So that's the end of Yom HaKippurim, and now it goes into Sukkot, aka tabernacles, aka tents, aka temporary dwellings, aka thickets.
Mm-hmm.
The root of the word is thickets,
Mm-hmm.
but the thickets are used. The intertwining sticks are used to make temporary dwellings. So this is Sukkot.
Right. And on the 15th day of the 7th new moon, you have a set apart gathering. You do no servile work, and you shall celebrate a festival to Jehovah 7 days. And you shall bring near an ascending offering, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Jehovah, 13 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs a year old, perfect ones they are. 13 bulls. That's a lot of meat. This is
Yeah,
a
it
lot.
absolutely is. Yes.
And their grain offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each of the 13 bulls, 2/10 for each of the 2 rams, and 1/10 for each of the 14 lambs.
Yeah. Now there is a discussion, I could say it like that. There is a discussion on whether or not each individual has to bring this much or if it's just for the community, which I think it's the latter.
I think it is
I can't
too.
see I can't see somebody bringing 13 bulls and 7 lambs and I
How is
just
that
don't see that
even?
happening.
That's not even physically possible. Like
Yeah,
logistically, how
especially
do you even do
yeah,
that?
especially when they're traveling from one location to the other, right?
Right.
Like, oh, there's that many, there's an argument that, this is for the each individual to bring, but I
That's
disagree with that.
crazy.
Like you said, I think it's logistically impossible. But
That's too
um
much.
yeah. Yeah, I can
13
see the
bulls.
one I can see the end. If you look at all of these large groups of sacrifices at the end, one male goat is the sin offering, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always at the end. And I think maybe that is for the individual to bring, but I'm not even sure that that's necessary for the individual.
Right.
All right.
And 1 male goat as a sin offering, besides the continual ascending offering, and its grain offering, and its drink offering. Then on the second day, 12 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs a year old, perfect ones, and their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs by their number according to the right ruling. And 1 male goat as a sin offering, besides the continual ascending offering with its grain offering and their drink offerings. And on the third day, 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs a year old, perfect ones.
Yeah, that's not an individual doing that.
No way. So it's like 13 bulls, then 12 bulls, then 11 bulls.
Right.
And their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs by their number according to the right ruling. And 1 goat as a sin offering, besides the continual ascending offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. Then on the 4th day, 10 bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs a year old, perfect ones, and their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs by their number according to the right ruling. And 1 male goat as a sin offering, besides the continual ascending offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. Then on the 5th
day,
9 bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs a year old, perfect ones, and their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs by their number according to the right ruling. And 1 goat as a sin offering, besides the continual ascending offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering.
6th day.
Then on the 6th day, 8 bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs a year old, perfect ones, and their grain offering, their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs by their number according to the right ruling. And 1 goat as a sin offering,
And 1 goat.
besides the continual ascending offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. And then on the 7th day, 7 bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs a year old, and perfect ones, and their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, for the lambs by their number according to the right ruling. And 1 goat as a sin offering, besides the continual ascending offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. On the 8th day...
My cheeks are hurting, by the way.
On the 8th day, you have an assembly. You do no servile work.
Pause for a second. Okay. So we've gone through Sukkot. Sukkot is a 7-day dwelling in thickets festival, right? It's the camping festival. On the first day, you have an assembly with no servile work. And on the 8th day, you have an assembly of no servile work. But if you notice, on the first day and the 8th day, they're still bringing offerings. There's a lot of servile work being done, right? But this is specifically for the Levites in the tabernacle, not by the individual. Because how could they not work and bring all these animals?
Yeah.
I find it very hard to believe. All right, 36.
Yeah. And you shall bring near an ascending offering, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Jehovah, 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 lambs a year old, perfect ones. Their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bull, for the ram, and for the lambs by their number according to the right ruling. And 1 goat as a sin offering, besides the continual ascending offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering.
All right, so each day you bring a little less, but you're still bringing a bunch of animals every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
These you prepare to Jehovah at your appointed times, besides your vowed offerings and your voluntary offerings, as your ascending offerings and your grain offerings, as your drink offerings and your peace offerings.
All right, so I'd like to go through these because they're the different offerings, right? So you have it says your set feasts, but these are the moedechem. Okay, so that's the appointed times of yours, okay, not feasts. These are definitely vows. These are definitely free will offerings. The burnt offerings are the the on, up, or over, the lifted offering. The one that's called meat offering here is gift offering. Okay, well, that gets lost in meat offering, especially when it says that your meat offering is grain, right? It gets very confusing. What did they have for meat offerings in the scriptures version? Voluntary ascending grain. So they have it just as grain offering when it's actually gift offering. Okay. Then you have your liquid offering and then your shalom offering. So your piece of completeness offering. So those are the distinctive different sacrifices. All right, verse 40.
And Moshe spoke to the children of Israel according to all Yehovah had commanded Moshe.
And again, command, tzav, okay? And sava is the commanding, all right? And mitzvah is mem, which means from, tzav, which means command, and then the hey, which means ing. So it's from commanding. That's what a commandment is, mitzvah. All right. So Alex Javier spammed a bunch of animal pictures. That was pretty funny. Yep, animals. Okay. Yeah, Zeitgeist has been debunked 7 ways since Saturday.
I
It's
know,
garbage.
I saw that first comment. I was like, that's like from a long time ago. I thought everybody was like over that already.
Yeah, it's complete and utter garbage. Not that I disagree with some of the stuff they say in there, but they mix a little bit of truth with their perspective or their agenda to make it more believable. Like, this is true, so that means all this other crap I'm about to say is true.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Fashionably late, yes, I was having technical issues, as well as like trying to get this next chapter crammed in there. Da, 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 da. Good to see y'all too. Thanks for the shout outs. I know Karen hit y'all up, so I'm not going to go through it, but it's good to see y'all in chat. Appreciate you being here. Not even joking. Love seeing the chat full.
Yeah.
Imagine the process of keeping up with and breeding the lambs and cows to have them at a perfect year. That would be almost impossible. Yeah, for the individual. Yeah, absolutely. Because you're talking about a family of Levites. We're talking like a multitude that take care of their designated areas, right? Because each tribe gives the Levite a designated area to farm and to raise animals, et cetera, et cetera. Joseph Osborne said, and a partridge and a pear tree.
Yeah.
Because it's like counting down with these large numbers. All right. Well, not that much going on there. Shout out to Isabella Live that threw $2 Canadian at you.
Cheers. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for being here.
Howdy, NDB. NDB. Yeah, I said that right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a little dyslexic, so just double checking. Okay. FYI, for those who are interested, today is the 29th day of the 11th month, so I'll be fervently searching for the moon in the next couple of days because it'll begin the last month of the year, the 12th month, and that means that I need to start searching in the next month whether or not the barley is going to be Aviv, the spring harvest is coming, so that we can begin the new year a month from now. That's pretty crazy. It's coming. If not, then it'll be 2 months from now. So we shall see. I think most likely it is going to be a month from now because our chickens are starting to lay already. So, and our chickens are a pretty good tell of whether or not spring is coming. Hey, Sufanelli, how you doing? So yeah, tonight's stream with Mark Sargent. Yes, be there or be square. And for those of you who are local, we're meeting up at Kami's house, and we're gonna have a watch party of this stream.
Yeah,
So
I'll be there for a little bit
I'm hoping I
earlier.
can.
So
I know that Karen's leaving early so she could go run the stream, but I hope she doesn't leave until 6:15 so she can say hi to us.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay that late.
Begging, pleading.
But yes, I will be there. I'll be
right.
at Cammy's earlier. If anybody else that's local will be there, I'll see you there. And then, of course, join us tonight at 8 p.m. for a stream with me and Mark Sargent, where we are celebrating the 9th anniversary of the Flat Earth Clues. And also, it's the Chinese New Year, so we're just having fun with that whole theme too. It's the year of the Wood Dragon, which is pretty exciting if you follow
I'm glad
Chinese
that
astrology.
I'm glad you told me it's the 9th year, because I was racking my brain. I was like, it's like a big event, so maybe it is a decade. Maybe he put it out a year earlier than I thought. But no,
No.
I was in it like right at the clues is when I came to Flat Earth. Like, that's pretty crazy,
Mm-hmm.
because
Almost a
I've been in
decade.
Flat Earth since, yep, I've been in Flat Earth for 9 years, because my daughter was born only a couple days after I became a Flat Earther. So I'm never going to forget that day.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
2015 Flat
it's
Earther
really
too.
cool.
So next year will be the big 10-year anniversary.
Dennis Ormerod said, "Ya is not a vegetarian." Yeah, I agree.
Correct.
The
Neither am
roosters
I.
want to kill each other. Yeah, it's that time of year. The roosters want to kill each other. Yeah, you gotta separate them, guys. You gotta separate them. Find out which chickens follow them, and then you can have multiple broods. That's a lot of fencing, though. I know from experience, it's not great to try to separate the broods.
I still don't
Just
have a
do,
rooster. I'm okay with that though.
It's not your fault.
My wife says if two roosters are fighting, eat the one that's losing. So anyway. All right, y'all. Shabbat shalom, and we're about a month away from Happy New Year, so get ready. It's coming.
All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Anti-Religious Scripture Study. We'll see you next time. Shabbat shalom.
And the earth is still flat.
And the earth is still flat.
Shabbat shalom.